You know, there's something I've been thinking about lately, and I bet some of you have too. Remember when driving felt as natural as breathing? When you'd hop in the car, turn the key, and just go. But these days, maybe things feel a little different. Maybe your reflexes aren't quite as sharp as they used to be, or those night drives feel a bit more nerve-wracking. And that's okay. Aging is a gift, but it does come with changes, and that includes how we get around. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your keys. Not at all. But what if I told you there are other ways to stay mobile? Ways that keep you safe, independent, and connected to the people and places you love. That's what we're talking about today. Why driving after 75 isn't your only option. We'll explore 5 safer, smarter ways to keep your freedom without sacrificing peace of mind. Sound good? Let's get started. Let's start with something simple: community shuttles. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Shuttles? Those big, noisy vans. But hear me out. Many towns and cities offer free or low-cost shuttle services specifically for seniors. These aren't your average buses. They're designed with you in mind. They've got comfortable seats, friendly drivers who'll help you with groceries, and routes that hit all the essentials. The doctor's office, the library, your favorite cafe. Take my friend Margie, for example. She gave up driving 3 years ago after a close call at a busy intersection. At first, she felt trapped, like her world had shrunk. But then she discovered her town's senior shuttle. Now, every Tuesday, she meets her bridge club downtown, and every Thursday, she's at the farmer's market. It's like having a chauffeur, she laughs. The best part, she's made friends on those rides, people she never would have met otherwise. If you're curious, give your local senior center a call. They'll point you in the right direction. And don't worry, you don't need to be a tech whiz to figure it out. Most shuttles run on a set schedule, no apps required. All right, let's talk about something that might surprise you: ride-sharing apps. Now, before you roll your eyes, yes, I'm talking about those services your grandkids use. But stick with me. Companies like Uber and Lyft aren't just for millennials rushing to coffee shops. They've become a lifeline for seniors who want to stay on the move. Here's the thing. These apps are easier to use than you might think. You type in where you want to go, tap a button, and a car shows up at your door. Like magic. No cash needed. It's all handled through your phone. Now, I'll admit, the technology can feel intimidating at first. But guess what? Libraries and senior centers often offer free classes to help you learn. My neighbor Frank, who's 82, just mastered Uber last month. His secret? He asked his granddaughter to walk him through it step by step. Now he jokes, "I've got the freedom of a teenager without the curfew." And if you're worried about safety, most apps let you share your ride details with a loved one. So your daughter gets a text when you're picked up, and another when you arrive. It's like having a guardian angel in your pocket. Now, let's not overlook an old standby: public transportation. Buses and trains might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but they're often more senior-friendly than you'd expect. Many cities offer discounted fares for older adults, sometimes even free passes. Plus, buses today are equipped with ramps, priority seating, and drivers trained to assist folks who need a little extra time. Take it from Harold, a regular at my church. At 78, he still takes the bus to his part-time job at the hardware store. "It's my time to people watch," he says. "I've got my coffee, my crossword puzzle. It's my little daily adventure." And if Harold can do it, so can you. Start small. Try a short trip to a familiar place during off-peak hours. Bring a book, enjoy the view, and see how it feels. You might just rediscover the joy of letting someone else handle the traffic. Now, I know change isn't always easy, especially when it comes to something as personal as driving. But here's what I want you to remember. Staying mobile isn't about giving up control. It's about gaining options. Options that keep you safe, save you stress, and open doors to new experiences. We've covered 3 fantastic alternatives today: community shuttles, ride-sharing apps, and public transportation. But we're just getting started. Next time, we'll dive into even more ways to stay independent, including a surprising option that's been around for centuries and one that's right outside your front door. Until then, why not try one small thing? Maybe call your senior center about shuttle schedules, or ask a family member to show you how Uber works. You've got nothing to lose, and a whole world of freedom to gain. You know, sometimes the best solutions are the ones we've had all along. Take walking, for example. Now, I'm not talking about marathon training or power walking up hills. Unless that's your thing, of course. I mean the simple act of putting one foot in front of the other. It's free, it's gentle on the joints, and here's the best part. It's right outside your front door. But let's be honest, walking isn't what it used to be. Maybe uneven sidewalks make you nervous, or you worry about getting too tired halfway to the pharmacy. That's where a little planning comes in. Start by choosing routes you know well, flat, well-lit paths with benches to rest on. Grab a walking stick or a rollator if it helps you feel steadier. Feel free to make it a social occasion. My friend Clara once joined a walk and talk group at her local community center. Every morning, they walk a mile together, swapping stories and stopping for coffee afterward. It's my favorite part of the day, she says. I'm getting stronger, and I haven't missed my crossword puzzle buddy once. And here's a tip. Many towns are adding senior-friendly upgrades, like longer crosswalk times and more benches. Call your local council and ask what's available. You might just inspire a change that helps everyone. Now, let's talk about an option that's as old as community itself, volunteer driver programs. These aren't taxis or shuttles. They're neighbors helping neighbors. Churches, synagogues, and nonprofits often organize these services, pairing drivers with seniors who need a lift to appointments, grocery stores, or even family gatherings. Take my cousin Edna. After she stopped driving, her synagogue connected her with a volunteer named Marcy, a retired teacher with a knack for telling jokes. Every Tuesday, Marcy picks Edna up for dialysis, and they always stop for a slice of pie on the way home. It's not just about the ride, Edna says. It's about the laughter. Marcy's become like family. Worried about safety. Reputable programs screen their drivers thoroughly. Background checks, training, the works. And the best part? These rides are often free or donation-based. To find one near you, reach out to local faith groups, senior centers, or organizations like the Area Agency on Aging. You'll not only get where you need to go, you might just make a friend for life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But what about when I need to go somewhere right now? When it's raining, or my knees are acting up? That's where grocery and prescription delivery comes in. Yes, really. Companies like Instacart or your local pharmacy can bring essentials straight to your doorstep. No traffic, no parking hassles, just a knock on the door and a friendly hello. My brother-in-law, Lou, resisted this idea for years. I've always done my own shopping, he'd grumble. But after a nasty ice storm, his daughter showed him how to order online. Now, he's a convert. Turns out, I've got better things to do than wander aisle 6, he laughs. Like beating my grandson at chess. Most services let you order by phone if screens aren't your thing. And don't forget about Meals on Wheels. They're not just about food. Volunteers check in on you, too. It's like getting a care package and a visit rolled into one. Isn't it something? The world's full of ways to keep moving. Ways that don't just replace driving, but might even add a little more joy to your day. A stroll with friends, a helping hand from a neighbor, the convenience of a delivery. These aren't compromises. They're invitations to connect, to explore, to breathe easy knowing you've got options. Next time, we'll talk about how to mix and match these ideas to create a mobility plan that's as unique as you are. Because staying independent isn't about doing it all alone. It's about knowing you've got choices and choosing what makes you feel alive. You know, the more we talk about this, the more I'm reminded of my Aunt Helen. She's 81, sharp as a tack, and still volunteers at the animal shelter twice a week. But a few years back, when she decided to stop driving, she worried she'd lose her spark. Instead, she did something clever. She mixed and matched. Some days, she takes the senior shuttle. Others, she asks her neighbor for a ride. And when it's raining, well, that's when her groceries magically appear at her doorstep. I'm busier now than when I had a car, she laughs. That's the thing about staying mobile. It's not about finding one perfect solution. It's about creating a toolkit of options that work for you. Let's talk about how to build yours. Start by asking yourself, what matters most to me? Is it getting to your weekly card game? Seeing your grandkids' soccer matches? Or just knowing you can grab a gallon of milk without hassle? Once you know your priorities, the rest falls into place. Take my buddy Sam. He loves his Saturday morning breakfast at the diner, but didn't want to drive downtown. So here's what he did. He uses the senior shuttle for his doctor's appointments, calls a volunteer driver for Sunday church, and saves Uber for those diner trips. Turns out I'm a CEO now. He jokes. Chief Excursion Officer. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try a shuttle one week, a rideshare the next. Keep what works, toss what doesn't. And remember, it's okay to lean on others. Your daughter might love driving you to your book club. It's not a burden. It's a chance to chat, to connect. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Change is hard. Letting go of the wheel can feel like letting go of a piece of yourself. But here's what I've learned from folks like Helen and Sam. Independence isn't about doing everything alone. It's about living life on your terms. Whether that's waving to the shuttle driver who knows your name or swapping stories with a volunteer on the way to the pharmacy, you're still in the driver's seat. And let's not forget the hidden perks. Less stress about parking. No more oil changes. Extra time to read or daydream while someone else navigates. My friend Evelyn even knits hats during her bus rides. Last winter, she donated 20 to the homeless shelter. Talk about making the journey part of the adventure. So, let's wrap this up with 3 big truths. First, you're not alone. Millions of seniors are navigating the same journey and thriving. Second, small steps matter. Try one new thing this week. Maybe it's a walk to the mailbox or a call to set up a grocery delivery. Third, and most important, your freedom isn't fading, it's evolving. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite way to get around these days? Or what new idea are you excited to try? Drop a comment below. You might inspire someone else to take their first step. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more conversations like this coming your way. Remember, age isn't a limit, it's a badge of wisdom. And the road ahead? Well, it's full of possibilities. Here's to your next adventure, wherever it takes you.